Uh, okay. So you can see this page, right? Okay. Hello, you can see this page, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So disconnect, you can see this is a molecule, and this is disconnection is opposite or reverse of the synthetic steps. Actually, synthetic step रे जेमती आमे वन बाय वन सिंथेसिस करी 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 जाऊ, disconnection approach is opposite. In opposite direction, how you can synthesize a molecule, you have to plan first. That is, disconnection is the opposite or reverse of the synthetic steps. It is the reverse of the synthetic step. Let us take the example. This is the target molecule. This molecule which is to be synthesized is called, this is the target molecule. Okay, so this molecule has NH2, one amine group and one acid group is there. So how we can synthesize this compound? First, you have to, this is the retrosynthesis. This is called retrosynthetic analysis. The arrow mark you have to give like this. Retrosynthesis means first this molecule, how it can be synthesized from one starting material. So you have to choose one starting material from where this compound can be synthesized. So first we have planned, actually if it is NH2, you should have the chemistry knowledge that NH2 group can be obtained from the reduction of the nitro group. Okay, nitro. So it in place of NH2 in the retro, in the coming to back, nitro group they have kept. Okay, from nitro group is there and acid group, the oxidation of methyl, you have to know actually what compound acid group from where, which conversation, which group conversation you can get the acid group. So we know that methyl group oxidation reaction acid you can get the acid. So the retrosynthesis synthetic part, you can see this is the target molecule. Here NH2, they have written here NO2, and in place of acid it is they have written CH3. That means from this compound you can synthesize this target molecule. From para-nitrotoluene, this is the para-nitrotoluene, we can synthesize the para-amino benzoic acid. Okay, so this is the retro, you can see here, this is the toluene first starting material they have taken the toluene in the nitration, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, nitration, para-nitrotoluene form, then para-nitrotoluene, the KMNO for oxidation, potassium permanganate, the methyl group oxidized to the acid group. Methyl is the methyl group oxidized to acid group. Then we have to get the our target compound is NH2 para amino. So nitro group we reduced with the hydrogen and palladium carbon. Nitro group reduced to amine group. So this is the retrosynthetic analysis. So from the toluene we can get the target molecule. So this is called the retrosynthetic analysis, means the target, how you can synthesize one target compound from one starting material. You have to plan it, how you can plan a starting material from where you can get your starting target molecule. Let us see another molecule. You can see the RH bond, this is called synthon. This bond first, this bond breaks at R plus and X minus, then another nucleophile attack to this R plus, it is the electrophile. So it is the form RY. Y is the nucleophile, it attacks to the R plus, so RY bond is formed. You can see this molecule. This is the target molecule. How the disconnection approach you can see. This is a amide group is here. Disconnection approach. This bond breaks. Okay. If you break this bond, it is one NH2, another is CO, CH3 plus. These are called the, when you break the bond, carbon C or CN bond, these are called the synthons. So two synthons you got. Okay. And this compound, this compound COCH3 plus, it may be, this compound may be formed from the acid chloride or acid anhydride. So you can see from this OH and NH2, para-hydroxy aniline plus acetyl chloride, you can get this OH and NH. You can see NH, HCl. If condensation reaction, HCl will go and NH compound will attach here, NHCOCH3. This is the structure of the paracetamol. The para position OH is there and it is NHCOCH3. So paracetamol is formed from where? Paracetamol is formed from the para-hydroxy aniline and acetyl chloride. One group and two group disconnection approach. You can see, okay, here one molecule is there, NH2. NH2 group is in the para position, NH2 group is there. This is one ester group. How we can synthesize this compound? This CO bond breaks. If it breaks, it will get a positive charge here. In the CO, this carbon get a positive charge and OC2H5 got a negative charge. These are the two synthons, okay? Two synthons and two synthons. This compound may be formed from NH2COH, para-amino benzoic acid, and this is ethanol. So this compound can be formed from the para-amino benzoic acid. Maybe this compound is from para-amino benzoic acid because acid you can convert to ester in the presence of the ethanol and in the presence of acid. The acid and NH2 nitro group, you know that nitro group will be reduced to the amine group. So you can see here the electrosynthetic analysis, arrow mark you have to give like this. NH2, here NO2 is there. Starting compound should be NO2 because NO2 can be reduced to the NH2 group and acid group is there because from acid you can get the target molecule ester. So how? You can see here the toluene, in the nitration you get the 4-nitrotoluene. In the KMNO4 oxidation, methyl group oxidized to the acid group. Then the palladium carbon reduction, the nitro group reduced to the amine group, and then the acid in the presence of ethanol and in the acid, the acid group converted to the ester. So benzo, this is the target molecule. So this target molecule we got from the toluene. So the retrosynthetic analysis of this target molecule, it is from the starting material is toluene. This is the 3-step, 1, 2, 3, 4 step. You can synthesize this the target molecule. Here another compound you can see also this NHCOCH2CH3 group there. So how we can retrosynthesize? How we can synthesize this molecule? This NHCO bond you can break, then the NH minus. This is two synthons you can get. So how these synthons can be synthesized? These synthons can be synthesized from this is NH2. And how this can be synthesized? If CO some chloro compound, the two synthons. So from these two compound we can synthesize this compound. So this compound from NH2, in the place of NH2 they have written NO2 because from NO2 we can synthesize NH2 by reduction. Then carbon nitration we get from benzene nitration we can get the NO2 group here from benzene ring. You can see synthesis here. From benzene chloro group is there. From benzene nitration NO2 group is attached here. Then reduction NO2 group reduced to the amine group. Then acetyl chloride C2H5COCl, it is amide group. NH2 condensation reaction, you can get this compound, the target molecule. So first you have to break the molecule, then you get two synthon molecule, and then two synthons. From these two synthons you can get the target molecule. Alcohol can be converted to the bromo compound by PBr3 or HBr. Alcohol group can be tosyl chloride. Pyridine is the strong base. Pyridine alcohol compound can be converted to the ROTS by the tosyl chloride, para-toluene sulfonyl chloride in the presence of pyridine, or methyl chloride MaCl triethylamine RMO. So these are the hydroxyl protecting group, tosyl group and OMS group. You can see how this compound can be formed. This bond breaks S and carbon bond, this bond breaks. So S minus, this is CH2 plus. So this is SH, this is CH2Cl. So how this compound is formed? This chloro-SH and this compound, two compound in the presence of sodium ethoxide, this target molecule is formed. So retrosynthesis, you have to plan how the starting material you have to choose, because first you have to break into two synthon molecule. Then from two synthon molecule, you can synthesize the target molecule. Disconnection approach. You can see two group. This is one molecule. This how this bond breaks. If this bond breaks, you get nucleophile minus, and this CH2. This is two position. It is plus. Or amino alcohol. An amino alcohol R2N minus, and this is CH2OH. This is one plus two synthon molecule. There are two synthon molecules. So you have to first break the carbon bond or carbon nitrogen bond to get the two synthon molecule. Then you can synthesize the target molecule. You can see here how this epoxide in the secondary amine, the nitrogen lone pair attack to this carbon and the epoxide ring opens. Then R2NH, CH2, CH2, O minus. Then in the presence of acid, it gives NH2, CH2, CH2, OH. You can see this molecule, this carbon-carbon bond breaks, then O minus, we got one synthon, then CH2, this is another synthon molecule. So disconnection approach, we can synthesize the target molecule from the starting material, and the starting material you have to select, and you have to how you will select, or carbon-carbon bond breakage, or carbon nitrogen or carbon oxygen bond breakage. You can get the two synthon molecules, and from that two synthon molecules, you can see the two synthon molecule here. You can attach one hydrogen OH and CH2 plus Cl. These two synthon molecule you can synthesize this target molecule. Then reversal of the polarity. If we disconnect this molecule, this is plus and this is minus. There is a positive charge at the first carbon atom. Similarly, in a ketone, there is a positive charge at the carbon 1 and negative charge at the second carbon. The positive C1, positive and negative, according to the neutral polarity, the synthons are respectively known as the synthon. There are two synthons. One is C minus, another is R plus. That is C minus. They are known as acceptor and donor synthons. We can also have synthons in which the polarities are reversed. Polarity reversed, and such also this polarity can be reversed R minus or this plus. This reversal of the polarity is called the ompolong. You can see synthon with the ompolong. It is the one positive charge. This is the epoxide. You have also come across this earlier in the last section. This is one epoxides. There is a positive charge generated even at the carbon 2 position. We can change the synthon some specific functional group. You can see this molecule, the carbon bromine bond breaks, then CO CO, here it got the positive charge. This is Br minus. There are two synthon molecules. Two synthon molecule. See here the reagent for the above synthons are. So what reagents you can use? Reagents we can use CO, CH2Cl plus NaBr or COCH3 plus bromine. If you attach bromine here, you can get CH2Br compound. If you attach a methyl group, methyl bromination, you can get CH2Br compound or CH2Cl plus NaBr. If you add CH2Cl in the compound COCH2Cl NaBr, you can get also this starting compound. Chlorine will be converted to the bromine and NaCl, it will go and CH2Br will be formed. You can see here this bromobenzene treated with the acetyl chloride in the presence of aluminum chloride, you will get Friedel-Crafts type of reaction. COCH3 acetyl group attached here. Then bromination in the presence of acetic acid, you will get CO methyl group will be converted to CH2Br. COCH2Br. Then chemoselectivity. Another aspects getting desired product with the desired orientation, placement of required functional group is related to the chemoselectivity. You can see here the para-aminophenol in the presence of the acetic anhydride, it is converted to the NHCOCH3. Similarly, it is possible to reduce only one group in the following molecule. You can see OH group is not affected. Only it reacted with the amine group. You can see in the lithium aluminum hydride, it reduce. You can see here a aldehyde group is here. It can only reduce the aldehyde group to the alcohol group. It did not affect the double bond. Okay, lithium aluminum hydride, only there are two things are there. One double bond is there, also one aldehyde group is there. But this lithium aluminum hydride reduce the carbonyl group of the aldehyde and not to the carbonyl group to the alcohol, but not to the carbon-carbon double bond. You will study more about such chemoselective. This is called chemoselective reaction because two possibilities are there, but only one product is forming. This is called chemoselectivity. So you will study more about such chemoselective reactions in the forthcoming units on oxidation and reductions. You can see this compound, how this compound is formed. This is the retrosynthetic analysis. This is NH2 and COCH3 plus two synthons. We first developed two synthons. Then two synthons can be synthesized. This is NH2, so it must be formed from the NO2 reduction of the nitro group. So this is COCH3 means there is a must chlorine group is there. You can see this is the paracetamol is formed. This is the phenol, then phenol the nitration, it is nitrophenol, then palladium carbon, it is NO2 group is reduced to the amine group, then acetic anhydride NH2 group converted to the NHCOCH3 and OS. This is the paracetamol structure. You can see here one of these carbonyl group can be protected using ethane 1 diol. This is a ethane. This is ethane 1,2 diol. This is a protecting group. There are two. There is a COCH3 group is there and CO amine group is there. NH2 is amide group is there. So ethane 1,2 diol in the presence of sulfuric acid, you can see the protection. This is a protecting group. The methyl group is here and this is a carbonyl protecting group. This carbonyl group is protected with this 1,3 diol. Then lithium aluminum hydroxide, first they have protected this group because they want to reduce only this compound. If they would have kept the lithium aluminum hydride in the beginning, the 2CO group would have been reduced. That's why they protected one group and reduced the other group. Protected this group, then lithium aluminum hydride, this amide group is converted to this CO group, converted to the CH2 group, CH2. Then in the presence of acid, they break the bond. They break the this 1,2 diol bond. Again, they got the CH2, CH3. So this is the protection. So one group disconnection approach. You can see some molecules how the disconnection approach. You can see here. In this molecule, how they can synthesize this compound. This is synthons, 2 synthons. This is N minus, then CH2 plus. 2 synthons they have selected, then NH and here double bond. They have kept one double bond. There are removal of the proton leading to removal of the one proton. It gives the double bond. Then these two molecules reacted to get the target molecule, this one. You can see the mechanism they have given. The two molecule, the lone pair of the nitrogen attack to this double bond, then you get this compound. Then Grignard reaction happen. Phenyl magnesium bromide. In phenyl magnesium bromide, phenyl group is attached here. Then on hydrolysis, you will get this compound. Phenyl group, this is converted to the OH. Okay. So how in the disconnection approach you can get the molecule. Primary alcohol can be oxidized to carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone. You should know all these things. Primary alcohol oxidized to carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone using sodium chromate or Jones reagent, chromium trioxide, sulfuric acid in acetone. And non-acidic condition, Collins reagent. This is the primary alcohol to aldehyde, secondary alcohol to ketone. PCC. This is called PDC. This is PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. This is usually converting oxidation reaction, primary alcohols to aldehyde and secondary alcohols oxidized to ketone. Aldehydes can be converted to the carboxylic acid using aldehyde converted carboxylic acid using potassium permanganate or silver oxide. Synthesis of carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compound can be synthesized from alcohol. Then two group disconnection approach. This is a diene and this is a alkene. This is the Diels-Alder type reactions. You will get the 4+2 cycloaddition reaction. This bond is formed, this bond is new bond is formed, 5-6. And this is a new bond is formed. This double bond is also formed, 4+2. This is called 4+2 cycloaddition reaction, Diels-Alder. The disconnection for the above reaction can also be drawn as shown below. This is cyclohexene ring. You can see this bond is breaking, this bond is breaking. This is diene. This is a dienophile alkene. This is butadiene. The retrosynthetic analysis they have shown. How this compound is formed? This compound is from this diene and this dienophile. We know that 4+2 cycloaddition reactions, it will give this compound. So this is diene and dienophile. One aldehyde group is attached. So these two will give this target compound. This is similar compound. Cis alkene gives cis stereochemistry and trans alkene cis is there. Cis alkene gives cis product. Trans alkene gives trans product. All are 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. All are trans alkene gives trans product. Cis alkene gives cis product. Diels-Alder reaction is the stereospecific in nature. You see, this is four electrons. There one butadiene. One for butadiene, this is diene, and this is the dienophile, 4+2 cycloaddition reactions. You can see this is also 4+2 cycloaddition reaction in the presence of the tin chloride. This compound is not formed. This compound is only formed. This is also Diels-Alder reaction, 4+2 cycloaddition reaction. Then difunctional and 1,5 difunctional compound, 1,3 dicarbonyl compounds. How 1,3 dicarbonyl compound, it retrosynthesis. This is 2,3 synthon. Here is one synthon molecule, it is minus COCH3, this is plus. This is two synthon molecules. How from these two synthons, how you can synthesize this molecule? You can see this compound in the presence of the ethanol, ethoxide, you can get the ethyl acetoacetate. Consider the following compound which two disconnections are possible. This is one target molecule. How in the disconnection approach you can get this compound? This bond breaks, then you will get, this is one synthon, this is another synthon molecule. You can get it from this compound. From this compound, in the presence of ethoxide, it is in the base, it takes proton, it is a negative charge here. This negative charge attached to the ester carbonyl group, and this compound, finally the ketoester group is formed. How this compound will be formed, beta hydroxycarbonyl compound, how this compound will be formed? You can see synthetic difunctional group. You can see this is a Michael addition reaction. This is a Michael alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl, this one, and this compound treated with the water, you will get this compound. You can this, it is acetone. This is the Mannich reaction. This is acetone. This is dimethylamine. This is the formaldehyde. In the presence of the HCl, you will get this compound. Then methyl iodide, sodium hydroxide, you will get this compound. Finally, we will get this compound from this row. Then what is tandem reactions, domino reactions, and multi-component reactions? What is tandem reaction? Domino reaction. Domino reactions are formation of the carbon-carbon bond, carbon-oxygen bond, carbon-nitrogen bond without the addition of any further reagents or catalyst. Thus, the bonds forms and the functionality generated at one step serve as the reaction point for further steps. So this is the cascade reactions, can also call the one-pot synthesis. And the advantage of such reactions are high atomic economy, lesser time, energy efficiency. These are cascade reactions. High atomic economy, lesser time, energy efficiency, as well as the generation of the less waste. Such a cascade reactions done by Robinson in 1970, who synthesized propinon, an alkaloid which is a precursor of the atropine. This is the propinon. Propinon, the succinylaldehyde, methylamine, and acetone dicarboxylic acid. It forms propinon reaction. This is a cascade reactions. Means one pot reaction. Three reagents. And three reagents form one compound. Only one compound is formed. 100% one compound is forming. In such situation, Casey-Nicolau suggested that according to the reaction mechanism for major theme reaction, the classification can be done by nucleophile, electrophilic, radical, pericyclic, transition metal catalyzed, nucleophilic cascade. Chloromophenicol, which is a broad spectrum antibiotic, can be enhanced selectively synthesized as follows. Okay, this compound in the presence of the sodium hydride, this is formed, only one compound is formed. Stereoselectively, one compound is formed. So these are all your one pot cascade reaction. These are all cascade reaction. Okay, this is also another example of synthesis of domino reaction involving nucleophiles. So this is the domino reaction. the domino reaction. There are several reactions, cascade reaction, domino reaction, where one part synthesis and no other byproducts are forming. Electrophilic, this is the one cascade reaction, Fourier synthesis, natural product synthesis. Okay. So there are several reactions are given cascade reactions where no other products are forming. This is the radical cascade reaction. Radical cascade tributyl tenhydride, and they have used AI tributyl tenhydride and AIPN. They have used the cascade reactions. This compound is forming 5 exoteric ring closing reactions. Also, this compound is forming. Some pericyclic cascade reactions are also forming here. These are called the pericyclic cascade reactions. So then that means there is no byproduct and 100% products are forming. So in the summary, you know how the disconnection approach you can synthesize a molecule. If you have a target molecule, you can plan how you can synthesize this molecule from one starting material. The fragments obtained after a disconnection are known as the synthons. The synthons help us to identify the suitable reagent. These reagents are called the synthetic equivalents. And both 1,1 and 1,2 disconnections are possible. We can also have synthons in which the polarities are reversed, and such synthons are called the unnatural synthons. And the reversal of the polarity is known as the ompolang. Chemoselectivity is the preferential reaction of a chemical reagent with the one of two or more different functional groups present in a molecule. Diels-Alder reaction facilities also facilitate us to make the carbon-carbon bond in single step. Difunctional compound 1,3-dicarbonyl compound can be disconnected to give the enolate and ester synthesis. Domino reaction involve the formation of the several bonds in one process. Domino reactions. These processes involve formation of the carbon-carbon, carbon-oxygen or carbon-nitrogen bonds without the addition of any further reagents or catalysts. The bond formed and the functionality generated at one step serve as the reaction point for further steps. These are the questions. There are questions, answers are there, and you have to try how in the disconnection approach you can synthesize a target molecule. You have to practice it, all these things. The questions and answers are there. So unit 10, applications of palladium 0, palladium 2 complex in the organic synthesis. So in this we will learn the coupling reactions, coupling reactions using the palladium catalyst, Heck reactions, Sonogashira reaction, Negishi, Stille, Suzuki coupling reactions. So coupling reaction involves joining of the two fragments. This generally involves metal as a catalyst. If two similar molecule couples, then the reaction is called homocoupling. Two different molecule when couple, the reaction is called cross coupling. In this unit, we would also discuss the carbon-carbon bond formation reaction, which use the alkyl halide as the electrophile and Ra, an organometallic reagent, and alkene as the nucleophile reagent using transition metal catalysts such as palladium, copper, boron, tin, iron, nickel, etc. Okay, these are the name reactions according to the person's name, like Heck, Sonogashira, Negishi, Stille, Suzuki. Heck coupling, they have used the palladium catalyst, and other reagents are alkenes. In the Sonogashira, palladium, copper, alkene they have used, alkene and alkyne. Negishi reaction, palladium, nickel, and Stille coupling, palladium they have used, and tin also, Suzuki coupling, palladium and boron. Boron, they have boron metals have been used. So you can see Stille coupling. Stille coupling in the RH and the alkyl halide, When treated with the allyl tributyl in the presence of palladium catalyst, we will get R group attached to the allyl group. For example, you can see here some example compound of Stille coupling. When the alkyl halide is there, teen methyl group is there. Benzene. In the palladium acetate, the benzene group, aromatic phenyl group will be attached. If you phenyl, the diphenyl is forming in the presence of the palladium catalyst and teen. You can see here this methyl group is there. Here in the presence of palladium catalyst, teen group is there. You will get this compound. This is called Stille coupling using teen metal. You can see here, this is the Sonogacera coupling. The triple bond is there, palladium catalyst. This is the bromo compound. This is attached to this carbon. Suzuki coupling. Suzuki reactions, they have used the palladium catalyst. Suzuki reaction used to commercially synthesis antifungal compounds. These are the antifungal compounds. So big molecules is there. Boronic acids are normally commercially available and prepared by standard synthetic procedures. Palladium catalyst reactions are used to optimize the blue light in the organic light emitting diode. They are used in electronic industry to produce extremely thin monitors. General mechanism is this boronic acid, it form the boronate anion, then transmetallation reaction, it will form this compound. You can see this is the Suzuki coupling reaction. This is halobenzene. Iodo group is there. It is the boronic acid. BOS2 group is there. So the phenyl group it attaches. Diphenyl ring is forming. You can see here. This is also Suzuki coupling reaction. These phenyl groups are attached. Suzuki coupling. If there is a boronic acid, that is Suzuki coupling. Here also Suzuki coupling. Here is Suzuki coupling. Here is also Suzuki coupling in the presence of palladium triphenyl phosphine PPH3 whole 4. So these are the Suzuki coupling reaction in the presence of the boronic acid and alkyl halide. Then Sonogacera coupling. Sonogacera coupling, if there is a alkyne group, triple bond and halogen group is there in the presence of palladium catalyst, you will get this triple bond R group. It can be attached here. You can see here this bromo compound is here. This is a triple bond. Then this you will get triple bond CH2S5 CH3. You will get this compound. This is called Sonogacera coupling in the presence of palladium catalyst. If a halobenzene and another compound is triple bond is there. Terminal alkyne group is there. If there is a terminal alkyne, you can get the Sonogacera coupling reactions. You can see here, this is a halide group. This is the terminal alkyne. You will get the CH2 Sonogacera coupling reactions. In the Sonogacera coupling reaction, different palladium catalysts are used. Phosphine ligands are used. Some other catalysts are DPPE 1,2-bis diphenyl phosphinoethane, DDDP 1,3 diphenyl phosphinopropane, and PDDPPFCl2. These are the several catalysts, palladium catalysts used in the Sonogacera coupling reactions. Here is also another Sonogacera terminal alkyne and halogen group. The bromine group reacted. Vinyl halide are more reactive than the corresponding aryl halide, or aryl iodide are more reactive than chlorides. We can arrange this in the following order. So iodides are more reactive Then the vinyl halides are more reactive for this Sonogashira coupling reactions. Then bromo, then chloro. Chloro is less reactive. You can see here another Sonogashira coupling reaction. Halogen group is there, terminal alkyne group is there. This terminal alkyne attached to the halogen groups here. Then Hague coupling reactions. Hague reactions. Hague reactions. Here is halogen group and CH2 double bond CH in the presence of palladium catalyst. You can get this CH double bond CHCOH Hague reaction. As electron withdrawing groups activate, the acrylates are more favorable. The iodide reacts selectively over bromide. Here you can see the two groups are there. Iodo group is there and bromine group is there, but it reacted only with the iodine group, not with the bromine. Selectively, iodo compound reacted with this. There is cationic mechanism also which involves the use in base neutralization of the proton. You can see here another iodo group is there, CH2 double bond CHCO, CH3 in the presence of palladium catalyst, you will get this is the Hague coupling. Hague coupling. Catalyst tetra N butyl ammonium bromide. Here is also Hague coupling reaction in the presence of palladium catalyst, triethylamine, orthotolyl phosphine. Here is another Hague coupling reaction. Here bromine is there. CS double bond CH2 in the presence of palladium acetate. Here is Hague coupling reactions. Then Negiesi coupling reaction. Negiesi coupling developed in the Negiesi in 1977 by using zinc reagent instead of magnesium as in the Grignard reagent. Carbon atom so placed with the zinc is less reactive but couples with another carbon atom bound on the palladium. Zinc salt reagents are easily commercially available and have low toxicity. You can see zinc here, zinc. You can get zinc bromide iodine. It is attached here. The diphenyl ring you can get. So in the summary, coupling reactions are very important in organic synthesis. A variety of coupling reaction can be utilized to prepare carbon-carbon bond from various units. Palladium catalytic reaction can couple a variety of organic halides, triplets with other moiety to yield the desired compounds. The general mechanism of various reactions discussed is very similar. Palladium catalysts have a special utility in coupling reactions. Variations in a reaction condition and ligands provide a wide scope for applications of coupling reactions. Stille, Suzuki, Sonogashira, Hague, Negiesi coupling reactions can be utilized to give useful synthetic products and are helpful in joining different fragments to finally lead to the complex compounds. So these are the compound. This is the Stille coupling. This is Suzuki coupling. Suzuki coupling. If there is a boronic acid, alkyl halide. Stille coupling, organostannine and aryl or vinyl halide. Sonogashira coupling, alkyne and aryl halide. And Hague reaction, alkyne and aryl vinyl halide. The presence of all are in the presence of palladium catalyst. So these are all questions and answers are there. Coupling reaction question answers are there. You have to practice with all these things. Then unit 11 reduction. And the catalytic hydrogenation. Catalytic hydrogenation are most commonly used in the labs and are carried out by using catalysts such as palladium or platinum. And now rhodium and ruthenium. Nickel is also used for the reduction. The catalyst can be finally divided powders of the metals or can be supported on a carrier such as activated carbon alumina support. Hydrogenation work very well for reducing alkenes, alkynes, carbonyl groups, nitro groups, aromatic rings, etc. Such groups are, you can see here, the acid chloride COCl group reduced to the aldehyde group, nitro group reduced to the amine group, triple bond reduced to double bond, aldehyde group reduced to alcohol group, double bond reduced to the single bond unsaturated, it converted to the saturated compound, and the carbonyl group converted to the alcohol group, and the uh, and this group alcohol or this group it gives the two compounds alcohol and this toluene compound, and CN is reduced to the amine group CH2NH2 group, and you can see this is the anthracene, the two double bonds are reduced, double bonds are reduced. Rhenium nickel is finally divided porous nickel obtained by treating powdered nickel aluminum alloy with the sodium hydroxide. You can see here rhenium nickel is used for reduction of the aromatic compounds and hydrogenolysis of the sulfur compounds. However, for alkenes, platinum palladium catalysts are used. Platinum is more exhaustive in reductions. At times, the sensitive benzyl ethers get hydrogenolized. With rhodium, the hydrogenolysis in the alkene can be avoided. So, the rhodium ruthenium catalyst also. It is the, you can see here the aldehyde group is there in the presence of hydrogen and palladium carbon. Aldehyde, it did not reduce the aldehyde group, but the double bond, you can see the double bond is reduced. There is a ester group and nitro group is here. It did not affect the ester and amine group, nitro, yes, it is the nitro group, it reduced to the amine group. Here in the here OHCH the carbonyl group is reduced to alcohol group. CN hydrogen catalyst, it is converted to the RCH2NH2 and some byproducts. The stereochemistry and mechanism of catalytic hydrogenation reactions. You can see this is the catalytic surface. Hydrogen absorbed on the catalyst. Then this alkene reacted with the alkene. Alkene also adsorbed through the pi bonds. Then half hydrogenated form. Then it for reduced compound. This thus alkene is reduced. Alkene compounds are formed. You can see the double bond hydrogenation from the least hindered side of the following alkene in the racemic and meso product. The double bonds in the presence of hydrogen palladium double bonds converted to the single bonds, and this is the racemic product. The plus minus products are forming. This is the meso product. In the hydrogen and palladium, these two products are forming. The trans product is more. In the hydrogen and palladium, the trans product is more than that of the cis product. It is now obvious that trans isomer in the product results by migration of the double bond in the partially hydrogenated product over the catalyst surface as shown above. Z alkene. This alkene, which is otherwise less, this is the less stable, are obtained by partial hydrogenation of the suitable alkyne using palladium calcium carbonate catalyst, which is called the Lindlar catalyst. You can see in the presence of nickel, the two double bonds are reduced. Rhenium nickel, all the double bonds are reduced. Metal liquid ammonia reduction, stereoselection and mechanisms. sodium, although reactions are possible using metal with the acid, Clemmenson reduction of carbonyl group from metals such as sodium dissolved in ethanol. Metals lesser reactive than sodium such as magnesium, aluminum or their amalgam in the aprotic solvents give the pinacolates and pinacols in acidification. The metal give their single valence electron on dissolving liquid ammonia. The free electron turn the color of the solution to blue. uh, uh, blue. If a substrate having low energy pi star orbital interact with the free electron may transfer to the pi star orbital of the substrate which get reduced by the gain of electron and finally the proton donor like ethanol. Such substrates are conjugated diene and arenes. This is the known as the Page reduction. uh, Reduction of the conjugated diene. Conjugated dienes such as the one such this is the diene in the presence of the sodium and liquid ammonia will get the radical anion. This is the one radical anion, and this radical anion in the presence of the ethanol we will get this alkene compound. The reduction of the arene, the single electron transfer from the metal liquid ammonia to arene give a radical anion in the first step. The radical anion gets resonance stabilized. This is followed by proton. You can see this sodium in the liquid ammonia. At first, this bond moves to this. It will get a negative charge, and this is a radical anion. Then again in the presence of the ethanol you will get this HS is there in the presence of ethanol. Finally cyclohexadiene product is forming. Second cycle electron and then proton transfer to the arene ring takes place to give the cyclohexadiene. A co-solvent is required in this reaction. This is because the liquid ammonia at a temperature negative and the solubility of the organic compound is low. Hence, it needs to be dissolved in ether, THF or diethyl ether. Let us know more about the regioselectivity of this reduction. Electron withdrawing groups such as NO2COH group lead to para and ipso reduction. If protonation occurs at the para position, on the other hand, the electron donating group R or Nr2CH2OH leads to the ortho and meta reduction. You can see if there is a electron withdrawing group is there, you will get sodium in the liquid ammonia, ethanol, and hydrolysis. You will get this 1,4 position double bond will be there. The electron withdrawing group activate the aromatic ring, which electron donating group deactivate the aromatic ring towards electron acceptance. Sodium liquid ammonia ethanol, we will get this compound reduction takes place in the other ring. Carboxylic group has a dominating directive influence as compared to other groups. If both electron donating and electron withdrawing groups are present in the same ring, this is forming. You can see sodium liquid ammonia if is so the double bonds are reduced. Partial reduction of the internal alkynes. So alkenes are formed. Homogeneous hydrogenation mechanism and application using rhodium, ruthenium, and other metal complexes. A reaction which is used and most commonly studied using Wilkinson catalyst, which is a 4-coordinated rhodium complex, rhodium triphenyl phosphine, rhodium chloride triphenyl phosphine. Some important homogeneous catalytic processes are called Wilkinson catalyst used for hydrogenation of the alkene, Hydroformylation is the reaction of the alkene carbon monoxide hydrogen, which is catalyzed by cobalt or rhodium salt to give aldehydes. Wacker process is one of the earliest industrial process developed in Germany for converting ethane to ethanol. The Wilkinson, this is the Wilkinson catalyst. This is a red brown solid soluble in benzene, THF, dichloromethane. It has distorted square planar geometry. It can be prepared by reaction of the hydrated rhodium 3 chloride. Its Wilkinson catalyst hydrogenates non-conjugate alkene and alkynes. However, other fundamental groups such as COCN, Cl are not affected. You can see in the Wilkinson catalyst only the terminal double bonds reduced to the double bond CH2 reduced to the methyl group. Here double bond reduced to single bond. Here also double bonds are reduced. Exchange of the solvent. The mechanism is given here. The solvent addition, then addition of the hydrogen. In the next step, alkene attached to the metal, alkene attached to the metal atom. Now both the alkene and two hydrogens are bonded to rhodium. The transfer of two hydrogens to the alkene takes place. Then finally transfer of another hydrogen. Finally the product is forming. So this is the oxidative addition, then reductive elimination, insertion, then reductive elimination, the product is forming. You can see cinnamaldehyde, it is converted to the CH double bond CH2. COCl benzoyl chloride converted to the chlorobenzene. Wilkinson using Wilkinson catalyst. In summary, catalytic hydrogenations are carried out by using catalysts such as the palladium, platinum, rhodium. Such hydrogenation work well for reducing alkene, alkyne, carbonyl group. Nickel used to reduction of the aromatic compounds. Allylic or benzylic alcohols or amines have been following undergo hydrogenolysis. The reduction of the conjugated diene in sodium liquid ammonia give alkene using 1,4 addition of the hydrogen. Wilkinson catalyst, rhodium chloride triphenyl phosphines are used where the COCN chlorine groups are not affected. The reagent can reduce mono-disubstituted double bonds without affecting the trisubstituted and tetrasubstituted ones. So these are the questions about reductions, and answers are also there. So unit 12 reductions using hydrate transfer reagent. So this is the lithium aluminum hydrate reduction. Lithium aluminum hydrate, for example, reduces most of the unsaturated groups CO, CN, C triple bond N, and carboxylic acid derivative can be reduced by bulky halogens like the dibalase, diisobutyl aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride. You can see the aluminum hydride, how it is the carbonyl group, this lithium, it is the mechanism is here. The CHO group, it is aldehyde group reduced to the alcohol. Acid chloride, it is converted to the alcohol. Epoxide converted to the reduced to alcohols. In the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, ketone is reduced to alcohol. Acid group is reduced to primary alcohol. Primary amines, CO primary amine, it's converted to the CH2NH2. The nitro groups converted to the amine groups. In the lithium aluminum hydride, you can see here the aldehyde group is converted to the CH2, CH2, OH alcohol, primary alcohol. Here also, you can see this is equatorial alcohol, this is the axial alcohol. Equatorial, it is forming 90%, this is 10%. The approach of the hydride is from below. In the non-hindered ketone above gives equatorial alcohol as the major product. This is the ester. Here you can refresh your knowledge about the Felkinan model which you studied in the here there is a keto group and ester group, lithium aluminum hydride. You can see the both the keto group and ester group reduced. Ester group reduced to the primary alcohol and keto group is also reduced to the this is secondary alcohol. This alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, lithium aluminum hydride, the double bonds are reduced. Here also, if aldehyde is there, electron withdrawing group. If electron withdrawing group, phenyl group attached to the double bond, make beta carbon of the double bond relatively lower electron density, carrying and redox on lower temperature preservative double bond. Here, so alkoxy substituted lithium aluminum hydride reducing agents. The lithium aluminum hydride, it gives the 45% axial equatorial, this is axial 55%. This is 98%, this is 2% axial equatorial product. The hydride group attack from the back side because the bulky group is there back side, so this is the axial weights, it is more. And this is already axial, so it is divalase, diisobutyl aluminum hydride. This is another reducing agent. Divalase, it is a sterically bulky reducing agent which can reduce ester, amide, nitriles into aldehydes at low temperature -70 degrees centigrade. Divalase in the presence of water, the ester group converted to the aldehyde group. And this ester group is, you can see here, the two methyls are there. So here also this ester group converted to the aldehyde group. The CN group converted to the aldehyde group. So amide group converted to the aldehyde -78 degrees centigrade, and but 0 degree high temperature it is converted to the CH2 amine group, CH2NH2. Sodium borohydride and sodium cyanoborohydride. Sodium, this is also a reducing agent. Sodium borohydride, efficient reducing agent, reducing carboxylic acid chloride to primary alcohol. CN, sodium borohydride, it is converted to the COCl, converted to the CH2OH. Sodium borohydride, aldehyde reduced to alcohol. Aliphatic aldehyde reduced to alcohol, aromatic aldehyde reduced to alcohol. Ester groups are not reduced. You can see here ester and aldehyde, ester groups are not reduced, only the aldehyde groups are reduced to alcohol groups. Sodium cyanoborohydride also, its structure is here. It is also a reducing agent. Reduces compounds without affecting the carbonyl functional group. The bromo converted to the H, sodium cyanoborohydride. Aldehyde converted to CH2, OH, CO group to OH, double bond, NOH to NHOH. Hydroboration and its application. Hydroboration reaction, you can see the double bond alkene converted to the alcohol. In the presence of the hydrogen peroxide, sodium hydroxide, it gives alcohol. It attaches to the boron, is attached to the less hindered side of the double bond. It is diborane coupling reactions. And diborane is the inflammable gas which is highly reactive to air and moisture and therefore should be handled using appropriate precaution. It can be prepared by reaction of the sodium tetrahydroborate with boron trifluoride etherate as shown below. Is the in the presence of the DGMIL boron, it is a reducing agent also. It is converted alkene to alcohol. In the hydroboration reaction, you can see here the endo product is less, and the exo product is more. Exo product 99.5%, it is only 0.5%. So sodium borohydride and BF3 thread CH3PH. It is here the diboron, and in the presence of hydrogen peroxide and in the presence of base, it will convert it to the alcohol. Cyclohexanol is formed. Finally, alkene is formed. In summary, there are the reducing aldehydes. Ketone can be reduced respectively to primary, secondary alcohol, lithium aluminum hydride, divalent sodium borohydride. Lithium aluminum hydride, for example, reduces most of the unsaturated groups. Lithium aluminum hydride reduce 4 molecules of the aldehydes. Lithium aluminum hydride reacts rapidly with the hydroxyl compounds. Lithium aluminum hydride is treated with a different proportion of the alcohol. These hydride aluminate ions are milder reducing agent as compared to lithium aluminum hydride due to the minus I effect of the oxygen atom, which make the release of the hydride ion difficult. Esters don't undergo the reaction with the sodium borohydride. Divalence reduction provides us a direct route of getting aldehyde from esters. Esters amide not reduced by sodium borohydride because of the presence of lone pair electron on the oxygen and nitrogen atom. Sodium cyanoborohydride is a selective reducing agent which can reduce aldehydes, ketone, oxygens, and amines. Hydroboration is the process of preparation of the alkyl boron by addition reaction of the alkenes and borans. So these are the questions. Answers are there. Reducing agent. So unit 13. This is all about the use of oxidizing agent. So DDQ is a oxidizing agent. DDQ is a oxidizing agent. 2,3-dichloro-5,6-dicyano-1,4-benzoquinone. It is a oxidizing agent. It is a yellow solid having melting point 213 to 215 degrees centigrade. Decomposes in the presence of moisture. The presence of DDQ used in the dehydrogenation of the hydrocarbons and carbonyl compounds. It is also used for aromatization and a good oxidizing agent for alcohol, allylic, benzylic ether. In the presence of DDQ, this compound is formed. One double bond is forming here. DDQ, other similar quinones are useful reagent for synthesizing alpha beta unsaturated compounds. Here is DDQ, it is alcohol is oxidized to the ketone. DDQ here, alpha beta unsaturated alcohol, this is converted to the ketone. Then selenium dioxide. Selenium dioxide is the colorless solid. Colorless solid. Selenium oxide, important oxidizing agent in the synthesis of the organic compound. Selenium dioxide, allylic oxidation of the alkene, given the oxidation are called the relay oxidation. CH2 is oxidized to the ketone group. Allylic alcohol. it allylic alcohol is forming in the presence of the tertiary butyl hydroperoxide. Selenium dioxide, it allylic alcohol is formed. Selenium dioxide, this diketone is forming selenium dioxide COCH2. It is forming here. This is a oxidizing agent. Then thallium nitrate is also another. Thallium nitrate is called TTN. It is found in trihydrate form. Thallium nitrate, it has the following structures. It is also a oxidizing agent. It oxidizes oxidation of the alkenes. It used alkenes to this ketone COCH3 is formed. TTNCH2CHO aldehyde group is formed. Thallium nitrate. So this is also a oxidizing agent. The mechanism is given here, or the mechanism TTN. Oxidation of the cyclopropane derivative. Oxidation of the ketones. Aliphatic aromatic methyl ketone oxidate to alpha nitroketone. Steric ammonium nitrate can. Steric ammonium nitrate is an organic colored water soluble compound having formula is this can. Steric ammonium nitrate alcohol oxidized to the aldehyde. Alcohol oxidized to ketone. Primary alcohol oxidized to aldehyde. Secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone. Both the secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone. Both secondary alcohol oxidized to ketone also. This is para. This is the ortho position. Two are converted to the diketone. This is also thioethers can be oxidized to the sulfoxides using CAN. Sharpless epoxidation. Sharpless epoxidation is a useful enantioselective reaction to obtain 2,3-epoxy alcohol from primary secondary allylic alcohol. Professor K. Barry Sharpless, who introduced this reaction, awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2001 for his work on chiral catalyzed oxidation reaction. Chirally catalyzed oxidase reaction include Sharpless epoxidation, Sharpless asymmetric hydroxylation, and Sharpless oxyamination. Sharpless oxidation include titanium isopropoxide, diethyl tartarate are used for this reaction, and diethyl tartarate, it is the epoxide is formed. First, this allyl alcohol, when treated with the tertiary butyl hydroperoxide, titanium isopropoxide, and plus diethyl tartarate, this epoxide formed on the lower phase. If you use plus diethyl tartarate, the epoxide formed lower phase. If you use minus diethyl tartarate, the product formed to the top phase. So the products obtained almost enantiomerically pure, and mostly more than 90% of the enantiomeric excess has been obtained. Tertiary butyl hydroperoxide, titanium isopropoxide, diethyl plus diethyl tartarate. So the epoxide form, it faces to the top. So here this is the allyl alcohol, this is the allyl alcohol, and this is the minus diethyl tartarate, this is the plus diethyl tartarate DET, and when it is minus, it is this product is when it is plus, this product is formed, this is minus, is attached, this lower phase epoxide is forming. So all the products are there, allylic alcohol, where the plus diethyl tartarate is there, the lower phase epoxide is forming, minus diethyl tartarate is there, the epoxide is formed, the top phase it is forming. So all the mechanism, all the products are like this. There are so many examples are there. So Then asymmetric dehydroxylation, osmium tetroxide. In osmium tetroxide, it is a oxidizing agent. Mm. Osmium tetroxide, it is the oxidizing agent and the diols are formed. Oxygen cis diols are formed. Osmium tetroxide. Here the cis diols are formed. Osmium OS. There are four oxygens are there, and this is the form the complex ligand. When the attached ligand, it is the complex is formed. Then finally hydrolysis, the cis diol is formed. Here, water, tertiary butanol, and osmium tetroxide. It is the cis diols are formed. Then amine hydroxylation of alkanes. Amine hydroxylation, the first efficient example of the asymmetric 1,2 amino hydroxylation of the alkene involve the DHQ whole 2 PHALOD catalyst system in presence of the chloroamine and trihydrate and water. And this is within the presence of osmium tetroxide is formed in the cis alcohol and it is at the TSN and the NSTS. It is attached here. The following nitrogen equivalents frequently used reagents: N-chloramine, N-chloramine, M. Uh, the electron deficient alkenes are good substrate for amino hydroxylations. This is because there is a greater polarization of this group as compared to that of the osmium oxide group. Asymmetric amino hydroxylation involves the use of osmium tetroxide as the catalyst and syncona ligand are used as getting an enantiometric product, enantioselective product. Okay, so this is the regioisomers are forming here. Here also regioisomers are forming. In summary, several oxidation reactions are used in organic synthesis. A variety of oxidizing agent can be used for oxidizing of various classes of compound. DDQ can be used as dehydrogenation of hydrocarbon and carbonyl compounds. It is useful in aromatization as well. DTQ is a good oxidizing agent for alcohols, allylic and benzylic ethers. Selenium oxide is useful in allylic oxidation of the alkenes. It oxidizes aldehydes and ketones to alpha dicarbonyl compounds. Alkenes can be oxidized to the aldehydes ketones using TTN in methanol. Oxidation of the alkyne with the thallium nitrate gives different product depending upon the nature of the starting alkyne. Oxidation of the cyclopropanes with the TTN in methanol is 1,3-dimethoxy substituted compounds. Aliphatic aromatic methyl ketones on oxidation with TTN in acetonityl yield alpha nitroketones. Catechol and hydroquinone can be oxidized to the respective quinone with the steric ammonium nitrate. Surface epoxidation is useful enantioselective reaction to obtain 2,3-epoxy alcohols from primary secondary allylic alcohol, which can be further converted to the chiral diols, amino alcohols, and other compounds, making surface epoxidation reaction a synthetically versatile reaction. Chirally catalyzed oxidation reaction include surface epoxidation, surface asymmetric dehydroxylation, and surface oxyamination. In the surface epoxidation, the oxidizing agent used is tertiary butyl hydroperoxide. The catalyst is titanium tetraisopropoxide and chiral ligand plus or minus diethyl tartarate DET are used. If the allylic alcohol is arranged in space in such a way that allylic alcohol is at the top left, then the chiral ligand is minus diethyl tartarate is used. Epoxide obtained with the oxygen at the top face. Otherwise, when the chiral ligand plus rest of the arrangement, then epoxide obtained at the bottom of the starting allylic alcohol. The surplus epoxidation has been synthetically very useful in the synthesis of the terpene, hormones, antibiotics, and other naturally occurring compounds. And in amino hydroxylation of the alkene, the source of nitrogen used may be N-halosulfonamides, N-haloamides, and halocarbonates. Amino hydroxylation gives selective synthesis of 1,2 amino alcohols. Treatment of alkenes with salts of the N-halosulfonamides, amides, and carbamides in the presence of osmium tetroxide as the catalyst. These are the questions and these are the answers. Question answers are there. Okay, so these are the questions and answers are there. So you can see the osmium tetroxide, you got the cis diols are there, surplus asymmetric. This is very important reaction, surplus asymmetric epoxidation. Three reagents are used in the surplus asymmetric epoxidation reaction: tertiary butyl hydroperoxide, titanium isopropoxide, and diethyl tartarate. You have to see that if it is minus diethyl tartarate, then your epoxide which is formed, it is the top, it will show to the top face epoxide is formed. If it is negative, if it is positive diethyl tartarate, if it is positive diethyl tartarate, then it is the forming, the epoxide forming to the lower phase. Stereochemistry, you have to do the lower phase if the plus is there, plus diethyl tartarate is there. You can see here OH on the right button. OH here plus D it is there, 6 mole% is used. It is enhanced selectivity 94%, 78% yield. Plus is there, so lower phase. It is lower phase dot dot dot. You can show this bond, carbon oxygen bond. This is the top phase, means this is the plus D it is used. You can see here, let us see the what happens when chiral center is present in the substrate. Consider the following surplus is character of tertiary butyl hydroperoxide and titanium isotope. No DET is there. Both products are formed. Both epoxide are formed. The plus and minus. In the absence of the chiral ligand, you can see here this reaction. In the absence of chiral ligand, we get the two epoxides which are diastereomer ratio 2.3:1, because the top side attack is sterically more favorable, leading the formation of the more product. But if chiral ligand is minus, DPT is used, both the ligand factor and steric factor favor top side attack, giving the product of 90:1. In case the diethyl tartarate ligand is used, the steric factor favors top side attack, while the ligand factor favors bottom side attack. Ligand factor over overeats the steric factor, and the 1 to product ratio is 1:22. Here osmium tetroxide is an expensive and toxic solid. Hence, the catalyst The catalytic amount is used in hydroxylation reaction and it is generated after the reaction with the reoxidants like potassium ferricyanide or N-methyl morpholidine N oxide NMMO. The reagent AD mix has the following constituent: potassium osmate, potassium ferricyanide, potassium carbonate. So all are the reactions. So these are the questions and answers. So all about the oxidation and reduction. Now it is over. Now you know oxidation, oxidizing agent, reducing agent, various coupling, palladium catalyst, and cross coupling reactions using Hake reaction, Suzuki coupling, Sonogashira coupling. So all these things are there. You have to practice all these things. So now it is over. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so it is over now. You have to practice all the coupling reactions and so many oxidizing agent, reducing agents. You have to all practice it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so many things only you have to practice it. You have to practice a lot. Okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.